What is that?
It's only amaretto.
Amaretto. That is disgusting, actually, that you're just drinking amaretto neat from the bottle.
No, I'm not going to put it with Coke. That's money.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, do you want to get started then? Should we just crack on? Let's just crack on. Probably before this I'll have played the theme tune, but I'll have Christmas it up to fuck by putting jingle bells over it or something.
Yeah, definitely. Or simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
I never have a wonderful Christmas time, Gil, as you know, because I fucking hate Christmas.
I do, because I'm just a cheery person.
Yeah, I don't really get it at all. I'll tell you what, let me just like this is like preamble. This is that sort of like witty banter bit that happens before you do the intro to a podcast. So what I'll do is I'll do the intro to the podcast and then we can carry on with the banter because it will be within the podcast realm.
It will be.
Yeah. So, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ian and various members of the Kinky Crew, once again, welcome back to the best thing to happen to podcasting since Adnan Saeed failed to account for his whereabouts the night his girlfriend was murdered.
He was hanging out with O.J. Simpson.
Americans, you daft murderers. Anyway, yeah, welcome to this, the Christmas special of the pod. If I can somehow edit it and get it released before then.
Or if I can get Dropbox working to send you the recordings.
It's not hard to drop box. You just drag it into a box. You literally drop it into a box and it appears the other end of the internet.
No, it's more difficult than that. I couldn't work it out for days.
Ugh, God. You know, you really are a pleb, Gil. You know, you're a moron. You're a technophobe.
Oh, they're just so damn hard to use.
They've made it easier, if anything. Because, like, I bet you miss fucking floppy disks, don't you?
Yeah, they're nice and easy. You just stick it in and it works.
Yeah. Anyone that knows you will know that at this time, you've got a pocket full of Werther's Originals and 3 floppy disks.
With my Christmas cardigan.
With your Christmas cardigan, all of the floppy disks are filled with various, like, witticisms of yours, but written only on Notepad. Rather than Microsoft Word.
Well, Word keeps asking me for an access key, which I'm too stingy to pay for.
A what?
It's some sort of access code or something.
You don't know what that is, do you?
No.
You idiot, Gil. You idiot. You've ruined Christmas for everyone. I hope you're happy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I do genuinely hate Christmas. That's not just a thing I'm saying. Like, sometimes when I say that to people, I don't know about you, they just think, oh, you're just saying that. Like, no, I fucking hate Christmas. It's horrible, isn't it?
And nothing's open. You can't do anything.
Everything's overpriced.
Everything's overpriced, and then it comes right down in the sales. So you just think, well, why not just buy it after Christmas?
Yeah. Children are happy. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, scream.
Yep. It fuels rampant capitalism, which is something that we both hate, obviously.
Obviously.
What else do I hate about Christmas? I hate the food. I don't really like roast dinners.
They're well cooked. So they're nice. Oh, plenty of sprouts.
Yeah, but see, like, I don't really like English. I'd rather have a curry.
Nah.
I don't see why I'm not allowed one. It's like Christmas. You should be able to do whatever you want. So therefore, I should have, I don't know, rice and a jalfrezi.
What about?
Gil's moving things around again.
I had a pizza last year. That was nice.
What, on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Watched The Wire.
That sounds bloody brilliant.
It was fantastic. Pepperoni pizza. Somebody from work bought me some really nice bacon because he felt sorry for me. So I put that on top of it. Stuffed crust, of course. Stuffed crust. And watched The Wire.
A guy felt sorry for you and bought you some food.
Yeah.
You do understand that that's the life of somebody who is homeless.
Okay, I got free bacon and an Iceland pizza.
Iceland as well. You're disgusting. You're no better than Kerry Katona.
Oh, I'd like to have a bank balance.
Yeah, but you wouldn't, because she's always going bankrupt.
Well, it's probably still more than I've got at the moment.
That's true. Like, I always remember, like, one of my sort of, like, when I think of you, like, thought of that time when you had exactly £13,200 or something in your bank account. Like, the whole first year that I knew you, you didn't do anything. You just lived off this, like, savings fund. I thought you were some sort of, like, hedge fund tosser.
And now it's gone.
Yeah, what happened to all that? Oh, that bottle of amaretto.
Yep.
That's like what's left over of your riches.
I might just hurl it. I might just walk outside and just hurl it somewhere, shoving something drunk.
Oh, that's nice. So let's move on with the Christmas spirit. We'll get on to what we're going to be chatting about this glorious month in a second. So, like, the opening sort of segment / question will be, I'm well burpy today as well. I'm sorry about that if you're offended by that. I'm not
We
actually sorry.
We haven't really said hello yet to anyone either.
I said hello. People know who
hello.
I am. And that's what's important.
Yes, you haven't met you. Hello, everyone.
That was Gill, the man with no first name.
Just bleep.
Yeah, bleep Judas Gill.
And there's your only clue.
Yeah, the man, the legend. The man who cannot keep a laptop still, who scratches the screen during a recording, making it, frankly, an editing nightmare.
And eat.
Yeah, are you going to eat this evening? Or you
No, you'd be happy to know I've got no food on the go.
No, but like what? Oh shit! What Gill has got on the go is numerous bottles of neat spirits. Like I can assure the listeners that like that wasn't a lie. That was a genuine thing. Like you are just drinking spirits out of the bottle.
But only amaretto.
Yeah, I mean, if they knew you, they'd understand because of all your cardigans, your Werther's Originals, and your stink of piss. Like rather than a kindly old grandad, what you are is a tramp.
Who gets given bacon?
Yeah, a bacon tramp. Right, what was brilliant actually, going back about that Spectre episode, is at the start of it I repeatedly say, this is a mini-sode, we're just doing a short little episode. Over an hour.
Longer than the wrestling one.
It is, yeah. Like we were fucked for that one though. Like properly drunk. That was too late to be doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
This one is going to be a good one, I think. It's all about like our best Christmas specials. I think that it will lead quite neatly into a finally doing a sitcoms episode, which we definitely haven't attempted and failed at before.
They didn't need to know that.
They don't need to hear that. Those guys.
Your favourite word, son. Your favourite word, isn't it? Definitely.
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 No, like listening to these podcasts, my favourite word is like or so.
Or definitely doing another one.
Yeah, we definitely did do another one. So joke's on you, whoever you are.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah, fuck off, Ian. Did Ian listen to that? Did Ian react? Does he think he's like internet famous now?
I don't think he's not actually heard any of them.
What a little fuck! Get him to listen to this bit now. Ian, I'm going to kill your family. Play it to him. In fact, you've got nothing better to do on Christmas Day. Go round his house and pipe it into an open window. Ian, I'm going to kill your family.
To be fair, he lives near you, so it'll be close. Yeah.
Oh, right.
The next city over.
That's okay, then, isn't it? I'll save on petrol money.
Yeah.
The next city over, eh? I can't believe he's in Boston. Wink. That'll throw him. No, I've run out of cities.
Bloemfontein.
That's not a city, is it? That's a man.
That's somewhere in South Africa.
Oh, it might be actually, yeah. No, you're right. It is. There was a World Cup game there. Anyway, let's stop getting fucking sidetracked. We're talking about Christmas. We're excited. Jingly bells are jingling. Like, you know, reindeers are shitting all over your rooftops. That's the thing. Children that believe in Father Christmas. There's so much circumstantial evidence that would disprove the existence of Father Christmas, or Santa, as Americans call him.
I thought you said Senna, but no, he's dead.
If Ayrton Senna landed on your roof, that would be your best Christmas present ever. That's the answer to the question, isn't it?
Ayrton Senna and with Lewis Hamilton's severed head.
So yeah, we're gonna.
Whilst you're not plugging your mate's band.
Oh yeah, I forgot to plug that band. Go listen to themanwholoveyou.bandcamp.com. It's fucking amazing. That's one of my catchphrases.
Yeah, go listen to themanwhowantsyou.bandcamp.com. It's fucking amazing.
It's the man who loves you, you idiot. By the way, still not told him that I plagiarised him.
Yeah, but when his album sales go through the roof after the success of this podcast, and he'll be thanking you.
Do you think he will be?
I think he will be.
Well, let's hope so. He's already thanking me for so many things. Like that time I took me mate Poe around his house, and Poe was so sick it went up the walls of the toilet a bit. Like that time I went round his house and I turned up and it was my birthday and everyone was just sat playing Monopoly and I got annoyed and stood on the board and ruined all the pieces. Like that time that I offended a load of his friends And there's one guy who had he was like a bit of a goth or something. So I called him System of a Down, which really upset him.
I thought they were a gothic band.
They are, but he didn't like it. He didn't seem to take to the fact that he's called System of a Down. I don't know what his real name is. That's just one of numerous occasions, as with the Ebola virus and Penguin, where we call people a name so much I forget their actual name.
Yeah, I'm sure Penguin's got a real name. Oh, that's it, Danny.
What are you banging, you fucking idiot?
A lighter on a tobacco tin.
Stop banging things. Like the last one, the Spectre one, is just you going, Stop tapping, you fiddly fucker.
Is that what that is? I thought that was you adding sound effects.
No, that was you tapping and stuff. Like, when you were scratching the screen. Stop ruining it. Oh, you're doing it on purpose now. Fuck off. Right, so let's get on to the main order of business, shall we? Christmas specials. I love a Christmas special. That's the only worthwhile thing about Christmas, is that telly goes out of their way to make special episodes. Do you agree, Gill?
They go out their way to make special episodes, but most of them aren't very good. But there are, obviously, a few exceptions.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of them are shit. We also had a bit of an argument in the week, didn't we, about how, you would contend that Frasier does a Christmas episode, whereas I say it doesn't. And American sitcoms and comedies generally don't.
They don't necessarily make a special Christmas one if it's out of the run.
Yeah, that's it. It's just like that one we were talking about, that episode of Frasier where he learns a lesson about gift buying. That's just another episode, isn't it?
It is, but I would say it's a Christmas one because it's set in the Christmas period. They talk about Christmassy things, and his house gets made up with all those tacky stuff that Martin and Chowders enjoy.
They do. To be fair, it's referenced that it is Christmas and stuff. But it doesn't feel any different from a normal episode, nor does it feel any different from the Thanksgiving or the Halloween episode that they do.
No, it's all in the run, so it all comes into the series. But I would say it's a Christmas one,
yeah,
because it's Christmas themed.
What I discovered on the small amount of research that I did do for this podcast is that Only Fools and Horses did something similar, where especially for the really early ones, their Christmas special was just the last episode in the series, but they broadcast it on Christmas Day. So you get this weird thing. The one where Grandad mucks up the dinner?
Yeah.
In my head, that's all about Christmas and Grandad, cooking the turkey with the giblets in it, which is amazing. But, when I watched it the other day, because it was on Netflix or whatever, most of the episode is just Del and Rodney in a nightclub not pulling birds.
Is that the one they go to is that one where Rodney gets into the gay club?
No. It's the one where he's, Mickey Pearce has given him a book about body language. So he does a weird walk up to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, there's that one. There's the one where... do you know the Jolly Boys outing to Margate?
That is one of my favourite episodes.
It's a good episode, isn't it? But that's their Christmas episode.
Yeah, because they also made the Frogman's Legacy as well, which is one where they find out that they are actually millionaires, but they've been buried 14 miles out to sea or something.
Yeah, that's also the one where we find out that Rodney's got a different dad, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Which led to the frankly atrocious Rockin' Chips, which ironically enough was a Christmas special.
I've never seen it, I've heard of it though.
It's terrible, honestly. I think that maybe, go into terrible ones later, because the thing is with Christmas, they put so much into making these special episodes. It's a real British tradition, isn't it? It's the Queen's Speech, Christmas special, everything does it.
Wise.
Exactly, yeah. It's such a part of our culture now. But obviously for every brilliant episode Christmas special, you get a real shit one. And various spin-offs. Let's just do it now. Fucking Rockin' Chips is awful. No need to do it. Only Fools and Horses prequels. The world, please stop being obsessed with prequels. Fucking, did you watch last Christmas they had on Still Open All Hours? No,
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it. I've not heard anything good about it.
The fucking, they commissioned a series of it, which, I watched the first one, because I thought maybe, because the Christmas one was shit, and it was maybe they just needed to find their feet, get the character right, because, frankly, having Arkwright gone, and David Jason, Granville, as the Arkwright character, it doesn't really work, because they're different characters, don't it? But they're just, trying to shoehorn David Jason into doing, a Ronnie Barker impression. But I thought, maybe they got it wrong. But it was fucking awful. It was absolutely terrible. And the reason is because they stuck it on at Christmas, a remake of it. And it's of course everyone's going to watch it, because they want to see if the shop still looks the same and the fucking till still tries to snap your fingers off.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? That till. That is, again, that's as part of British culture as all of Kate Middleton's kids. I'll tell you what is, going back to 20 Fools and Horses, watch your favourite... Oh, what else is a Christmas special? Sorry, go, You know the one with Peckham Springs?
Yep.
That's a Christmas special.
Yeah, I know that a lot of them, all of those ones are.
But see, like, because I'm not old enough to have watched it first time round, when it's been rebroadcast, they just broadcast it as a normal episode, don't they? Because, like, again, most of that episode is just them bottling it up and scamming people into thinking they found a historic Peckham Spring. And, like, the last bit of it is that they go up to a fancy hotel for Christmas, and it glows when Del goes to get his Endermate. Like, that's the Christmas part of the episode. Because I learned all this after I was arguing with you that Frasier thing weren't a real Christmas episode. So I felt a bit of a twat. Like, all right, actually, that was going to be like one of the things that I held up as being a proper like Christmas episode, and it's not.
Nope, because Peckham Spring, that's when he tells me that Grandad's 97 years old, isn't it?
I know, Uncle Albert. Granddad was
Uncle Albert, that's it. Yeah, it was Albert.
Yeah. Oh, devil boy. That's my Grandad impression. I bet you can do Uncle Albert.
No, not very well.
Well, you spent time on some boats, didn't you?
Yeah. I also like Uncle Albert. I actually did genuinely miss an aircraft carrier pull up right next to me one day.
Did you?
Yeah. I was too busy looking at the floor and just thinking, when's these 3 hours going to be up?
Tell us, Gill, can you explain to the listeners about that job, or will you get put in some sort of military prison? Merry Christmas, one and all.
Everyone's dream finally comes true.
Yeah, we should probably explain that. Gill was responsible for designing and maintaining Trident.
Yep.
But that's what happened.
And
we'll say no more about it.
And that's now why I'm in the CND.
The Cunts Narcotics Dishonymous. Didn't even make any sense. Don't know where I was going with that. Stop tapping. It's because I'm distracted because you're tapping your lighter against your tin again. Stop it. Keep your hands clasped together. I'll make you do what children do. Sit on your hands. Try not to put your fingers up your bottom.
And strippers.
Oh yeah, no, you have got to do that in them horrible little boobs, don't you?
You have to do it in Cadillacs and Bath.
The only Fools and Horses ones that I like, and I think they should have finished with this, and again, it's kind of like another example of like what's bad about Christmas specials, because you know they kept like sort of, for about 5 years, they trotted out new Only Fools and Horses episodes every Christmas, and they were always shit.
Yeah. Because
David Jason is like well older than the character he's meant to be portraying, isn't he, really?
He is now, yeah.
But I think he always was, he just got away with it.
Well, like Reg Varney on the buses.
Yeah, exactly. And like the opposite of Corporal Jones in Dad's Army.
Yeah.
Where he was actually like 30 years younger than Corporal Jones.
And then about 20 years before he died, he was older than Corporal Jones.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I swear he missed out about 30 years of his life.
But like also, he looked the same between the ages of 26 and when he died at the age of 138.
Like Betty from Coronation Street.
I don't know what that is. That's lost on me. You don't seem like the sort of person that would watch Coronation Street because of all the people from the north in it.
I've seen a few episodes. I once actually saw Percy Sugden.
Who?
I think he'd be dead now for about 10 years. He was in Coronation Street in the early 90s.
Oh, we're not talking about Coronation Street. I hate Coronation Street. We can do an episode on soap operas if you want, so you can talk about how you really want to wank over Gail Platt.
Again?
I happen to know, like, don't ask me how I know this. I think I saw it on a list of like the worst like celebrity tits ever, and Gail Platt, Topless Sunbathing, is on them.
That.
I've drunk loads of these. The ale of the week, which I believe was pronounced Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Actually, what are you drinking?
I've got some tribute somewhere.
What are you drinking right now? What was it you were just swinging out of? Amaretto?
Amaretto, yeah.
Fine. Amaretto is the ale of the week.
Amaretto Bellucci. Uncompromised quality and flavour. Imported Amaretto blend.
You're drinking Amonica Bellucci.
Yep.
I digress. Right, the best Fools and Horses one is definitely, it was in 96, right? I know this just because I remember them being on. And it was the 3 they did where they finally got money.
Yeah.
And that's where it should have ended.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people have come to that general view.
Yeah. But, like, do you know what? And this is probably sort of like a really, like, low form of wit or whatever. But I love it when Dal and Rodney are dressed as Batman and Robin.
Yeah, well, it was funny the first time, but it's just one of those things that's completely overplayed.
Do you think so? Because I watch it now and I still laugh. I think it's fine.
No, I've seen it's always on. Whenever they have certain comedy moments from Britain, that one or David Brent's dance will always be number one.
But that's still funny as well. That's not even the funniest bit in The Office.
It's not, no, but I don't know, I've just seen it too many times.
That's good. That's like, I think, probably out of all the Only Fools and Horses Christmas specials, that's maybe the best.
Nah, I think Boys Out to Margate's my favourite.
Oh, I'll tell you what is awful. You know the one where they go to Miami?
Well, and he gets mixed up with the gangster boss.
That's terrible, isn't it? Because they've shot it like a film as well, and it looks really bad.
Yeah, because I didn't seen it for years. I watched it I must have watched it over the summer, actually.
Yeah.
And it was just, Christ, actually, this is as bad as people have said it is.
It's awful, isn't it? Like, I wonder with Only Fools and Horses, and I've started to wonder this a lot lately because I've been like thinking about it because I know that we might talk about it one day. But like, is it overall as good as I kind of remember it to be?
I think it's down to taste because a lot of people do say it's their favourite ever comedy.
Because this is it. I really like it. It's definitely one of the best comedies ever made. It's funny as fuck. But does it get by on the Peckham Springs, the one where Del Boy falls through a bar, and the chandelier, and the one where Rodney and Raquel accidentally swap coats?
I think I prefer what they say as opposed to what they do. I don't find that when falling through the bar, I've never particularly found that funny.
Then you're an idiot because that is funny as fuck. It's still funny as fuck.
It's not really. I actually find Trigger's reaction funnier than actually him falling through the bar.
That's what makes it. Oh, we agreed as well. That is the best running joke in anything ever. Him calling Rodney Dave. Even to the point, there's that time when he says, so what's Dave, like a nickname then?
Yeah, because nobody calls me Dave Trigger, and you call me Dave. Oh, cool. So your name's Rodney then? Yeah, my name's Rodney. Oh, I remember that. Let's get this meeting started. Yeah, right. Me and Dave are getting sick down here.
I also really like it when they're doing the toast and Rodney, like Cassandra and Rodney, and at the end, like Cassandra and Rodney, Dave. Oh, that's fucking amazing. That's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, or the one where he goes in, I think it's a Christmas episode where Rodney gets the job as not the Undertaker, the bloke who leads the funeral procession.
Yes.
And he walks past and he looks at Del and goes, I'm going to get you. And then he ends up walking up Wall Street and they all crash. And then Del runs away and Boise goes, well, I best go too. Well, what's wrong, Boise? I saw in that car last week.
Like, it is amazing, that show, isn't it? Like, it is, but like, again, those are just like particular. In fact, of all the new ones they did, the best part of it is when Trigger says that he's had that broom for 30 years and had 6 new heads and 4 new handles.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. But
it's my granddad's broom.
But is it like a sort of, that's what we remember. It's really good at picking out those, like, amazing, brilliant moments. But as a series, if you watched it, you'd kind of be bored.
Oh, probably. I personally couldn't just go through and just watch loads and loads of episodes. But that's just me. I could with other comedies.
Yeah, that's it. Like, something like Father Ted, which I'm sure we'll talk about later on.
Yeah, definitely.
That will come up without a doubt. Right, I'm going to get another lager. What would you like to talk about next?
I think that we could go into a number of scenarios to discuss.
You've got no idea, have you? You're looking it up now, aren't you?
No.
I can't believe you can't just think. Well, all right then. We'll take it on a different track. I'll sort this. What did you think of the Christmas special of The Office, a show that we both know and love?
I thought it was really good. I thought it ended the series fantastically well and wrapped up all the little loose ends.
That is the best example. If you were to try and describe a Christmas special to somebody, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, because Dawn and Tim get together. David, although he gets sacked, he gets his life turned around. The only thing I didn't like about it is, and at the very last moment, Neil looks a bit of a prick.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say to you. Brent is portrayed as too, what's the word?
He's almost like the victim in that last bit.
Yeah.
And Neil is always...
The audience are too sympathetic towards Brent, aren't they? Because his life's gone to shit. And it's sort of like, it's made to look like Neil and that bird shat on him from a great height, when really he was an incompetent arsehole and also a bit of a racist. He
tells Finch to fuck off.
Yeah, because, like, that makes sense.
But it's when they have Neil laugh at it and he just looks at it and he just tells him to fuck off as well. It's like, well, Neil never really does anything wrong.
Yeah, because this is it. Like, when you see Neil and Finchy get together in the actual series, Neil's sort of, like, bantery with him, a word that I do hate, I'll be honest. But he sort of does it in a way that, like, Neil's too smart to be drawn into that with, you know what I mean? Sort of like being his mate and being his little lackey.
Yeah, he's not impressionable like Brenty is.
Yeah, Neil wouldn't care that Finchy has thrown a kettle over a pub. What have you done?
No. Yeah. Thank you, Gareth. Tickling.
I know. Let's not get drawn into a fucking office discussion because there's not enough hours in the day.
No.
But like that one's really good. What about the Blackadder one?
I didn't like it.
You don't like the Blackadder Christmas Carol one?
No. I thought it was quite boring.
Why so?
There wasn't. I didn't think it was funny.
I see.
I thought it went on too long. I just thought
it does go on a bit.
And same with the first series and everything outside the second, third, and fourth series. Although some of the episodes they have it, the jokes are just. It's the same reason that I don't like that fucking asshole McIntyre.
Yeah.
The jokes are obvious. You can see them coming a mile off.
You don't think it's funny that Prince Albert keeps revealing what he's got her for Christmas and saying, "Oh, damn." That's fun.
No, because it's the same sort of humour as first series.
It's nice that they revisit all of the old sets, though, isn't it?
Don't they do that? Isn't that in Back and Forth? Oh, they do that in the Christmas one, yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's the best sort of riff on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol that I've ever seen.
Well, the only two I've seen is Scrooge, that one, and the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the discussion I was having with the good lady indoors. You know, a Muppets Christmas Carol is like a comedy take on that story, but I don't think they did it as well as like subverting it as they did on Blackadder.
No, definitely not.
I see what you mean. I mean, but it's got Miranda Richardson in, who is well foxy, isn't she?
She was.
She's never as funny outside of the confines of Blackadder.
Bit like Rowan Atkinson then.
See, I don't know, because some of the stuff on not the 9 o'clock news, is it called?
Oh, I forgot he was in that actually.
Yeah.
But
you know when he walks down the street and sees a camera and poses for it and eventually walks into a tree?
I haven't seen that one. I've not seen very many of them.
Well, you best get your ass to pintsofviewpodcast.wordpress.com and I'll blow your fucking bollocks off.
Ooh, are you putting it up now, are you?
Well, I'll put it up when this episode comes out. I always do the two sort of hand in hand because else I forget which references to put in and stuff. It's an alright Christmas special. I think that actually, now you mention it, Blackadder Back and Forth is better.
Nah.
Do you not think? I think that, like, doing it, because, like, you always wonder with Blackadder what happens in the intervening period. So, in that one, they got to show you, like, you know, like the Romans and, like, the, like, Napoleonic Wars and stuff. So you got to see different incarnations of Blackadder.
Yeah, because doesn't he kill the Duke of Wellington or something?
He does, yes. He lands right on top of him.
Yeah, I thought I remember him doing that.
Yeah. It looks. I mean, it was done for the millennium, that one, wasn't it? It looks a bit dated now, obviously, because it was the millennium and stuff. But I think it sort of works. I think it's all right. I mean, I don't know actually, which is better. They're kind of on par.
Yeah.
What about? I mean, again, off track. What do you think about the special episode they did with Charles I?
No, it was all right. It was probably the best of all the ones outside the second. Yeah, of all the specials, it's probably my favourite. Here's the head of a traitor. Oh no, it isn't. It's a pumpkin.
Yeah, I don't think that works as well as the Christmas Carol one.
It's not. I'm not really a fan. I'll be honest. I'm not really a fan of any of them.
You only really like Series 3, though, don't you? You fucking weirdo.
No, I like second, third, and fourth series. This third series is my personal favourite.
I think the second one's way better than the third one.
Nah, third one's way better. You're obviously an idiot.
What about the Father Ted Christmas special?
Remind me, because I didn't actually get a chance to watch that one in my research.
The Father Ted Christmas special is a weird one. The opening of it is funny as fuck. There's a knock on the door, and Ted goes to the doorstep, and there's a baby, and he picks it up and looks at it all like, this is going to be a weird adventure. And then the mum comes and takes it, and he goes back in and goes, just for a second there, I thought, nah. Like they were going to do the baby on a doorstep thing. But...
is that when she says to him, "Oh, sorry, wrong house"?
Exactly, yeah. And then he evacuates all the priests from the department store when they're trapped in the lingerie section.
Yeah, that one.
Like the first half of it is amazing up until he gets the award.
Yeah.
Because what they did is they mushed together like 2 episodes, didn't they? The second half is like that priest con man, and it's just not very good, is it? It just drags on. Like they did like a special feature length episode.
It does drag on because every time I walk into BHS or something and I see or any sort of women's underwear section, I always think of that Father Ted moment.
That's class, isn't it? That's brilliant.
That is fantastic.
That bit is amazing. Everything that follows that is terrible.
Yeah, I can't really remember it because, as I said, I didn't get a chance to do my research for this podcast.
Do you want to know how bad it is? We've got the box set for Father Ted, and we made the stupid decision. I don't know how it started. I think it was sort of like both of us lost a bet or something, but we decided we watched every episode with the commentary on.
But at least you didn't have to kick Bishop Brennan up the arse.
It's like watching that amazing episode with Graham Linehan talking over it, going, "Yeah, I really enjoyed making this one. I thought Dad was fun." Like, he's a funny man, but the commentary leaves a lot to be desired. But like the Christmas special, it gets to like that bit of it when it's fucking amazing and Ted receives the awards and thanks all of his friends and like disparages the people that said that he'd never amount to anything and lists them all one by one. But like, as you are no doubt going to do one day if they allow you to graduate. But like after that bit, all he does is he just sits there going, and and it's brilliant. Like, you've got to watch it. It's my second favourite commentary ever, and it's up there with the time that like Oasis, the band, released a DVD, and on it had all of their videos, but you could put on a commentary track of Noel Gallagher, and Noel Gallagher sits there through every Oasis video ever, just basically like laying into them and saying how shit they all are. Saying how bad he was, like how much drugs he took when he was writing certain songs and that. It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking amazing. Any thoughts on the Father Ted one?
It's not the best Christmas episode of all time, but it's
not even the best Ted episode, is it?
No, far from it. But it's got its merits. That bit in the underwear store is a classic moment in British comedy, as far as I'm concerned. Or in comedy, full stop.
It's superb. Like, I implore you. I'll put the clip of it on the web. The best bit, another good bit of that, actually, now I think about it, is when they like Dougal says that like he's found a place for Father Jack to be looked after. It looks like a really good laugh, and it's like a children's creche, and he's there with the bricks, and it's like there's arse and girls, and it's got F***CK. And then all those kids are just stood around him going, "Fuck!" That's brilliant, that, isn't it?
That is fun. That is a good moment. Yeah. From the Feck Arse Corporation.
Yeah, that's the one.
Feck Arse Industries.
That could have been the name for this podcast if you hadn't have thought of the best pun ever.
Hey, it was. Yeah, it was.
I had to grudgingly admit that. Oh yeah, by the way, I've got a mate that listens to it. Hi, Ellis. That's his name, Ellis. Right.
Hello, Ellis.
No, you meant to say, "Who the fuck is Ellis?" I'm going to say that again. I'll say, "Hi, Ellis," and then you say, "Who the fuck is Ellis?" And then we'll fall about laughing like we haven't planned it. All right, ready? Hi, Ellis.
Who the fuck is Ellis?
Oh no, we've done it wrong already. Like, you should say Ellis, and then I'll repeat Ellis, and then you say, "Who the fuck is Ellis?"
Oh, of course, yes.
Hi, Ellis.
Ellis?
Actually, no, this is a shit idea. Forget it. We've dedicated a whole half a minute to this guy, Ellis. But yeah, he listens. I've forgotten my train of thought now.
Something about Ellis and who the fuck is Ellis?
Yeah, no, before all that comedy gold, he listens to it. That's good. I've totally forgotten what I was saying. I'm really
Father Ted, Feck Arse Industries, how great I was at thinking of the name.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's it. We were chatting about it. We were driving to Manchester, just a couple of guys having a cool time on the open road. But we got to we were driving up, and I had to sort of grudgingly admit that you'd thought of the best title. I spent fucking weeks trying to think of titles, and they were all shit. And then you said, "What, Pints of View?" Threw it into conversation, not even realising it. Sort of how 1,000 monkeys will eventually type Shakespeare.
Yep.
That's exactly the same process as what happened when you thought of the name of this. You don't own it. If anyone's going to copyright it, I will. I do all the work. I made up the logo that goes on it, which frankly I'm not happy with and I hate.
Well, you can make a new one. That's what podcasts all the time. They update their logos.
They do, that's true. Or we could do, if a listener wants to submit a logo, as long as it's not got a picture of a massive cock in the middle of it, then, I'll put that on.
How is your going with all the... Or was that in the outtake episode?
That was in the outtake episode.
Oh, okay.
That is going to end up on the cutting room floor with things that we're not allowed to discuss, that time we mentioned, like, we were so pissed we started talking about, like, the various women in our lives' names. Also, in the thing that didn't make it is when I was recording and came in and I accused her of ruining my studio time because she wanted to empty the dishwasher.
You mean when Beep came in?
Yeah, when Beep came in. There was that one time when I submitted a podcast, realised that I'd forgotten to bleep. Like, I thought I was being so clever with those bleeps, and like when I listened to it on the way, like my way to university, I realised I hadn't done anything, so I had to skip 2 lectures just to fix all the things that I'd left in. The second version was like 10 minutes shorter. Like, honestly, like, you think it's bad when we do these things pissed, but when I edit it sober, it's arguably worse.
That was the first episode, wasn't it? Because I remember you texting me saying it's back up again because I couldn't find it.
Was it? I don't know. It might. I forget which one it was. It might have been the Bond one because that was too fucking long. That was a real stupid idiot move. That I should have fucking cut that one in half and done it as a 2-parter. Because then we wouldn't have to be here now, desperately doing like a Christmas episode on the 15th.
It is the 15th, yep.
Yeah, by the time anyone listens to it, it's going to be redundant.
Well, hopefully our fan base will put up so much over the next year that they won't realise it was done in 2000 whatever, and it might be done in this year, i.e. the year they're listening to it.
Well, that's the thing about us, Gill, isn't it? We're so cutting edge. Everything that we say is going to be relevant for at least 40 years.
Of course.
Long after you're dead, it's going to be long after the 38 years you've been dead. Yeah, like if we were one or the other of Christmas specials, you'd be Ernie Wise, I'm Eric Morecambe.
I'd prefer Bob Mortimer.
Do you think you're Bob? Does that
I
make
am
you Vic?
Bob. You could be Vic.
Alright then, let's move on to that one then, because one of the finest ever Christmas episodes ever is the one where Larry Hagman's on it.
That is phenomenal. That is actually one of the... Yeah, that is... You're going to sack your agent, aren't you?
Yes, like...
The Shooting Stars originally was the Vic and Bob 93 Christmas special.
It was, yeah, they did like a whole evening. Occasionally, the BBC do that. They haven't done one in years, have they? But like, occasionally they dedicate a whole evening with BBC Two. And that one was to Vic and Bob. And they just did like basically like a load of pilots. It was a really 70s thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then I think the original one actually had Aruka Johnson, Danny Baker,
Danny
Jonathan
Baker
Ross.
was the captain, wasn't he? And Jonathan Ross was the other captain.
Yeah, I think it had Wendy Richter on it as well.
No, Noddy Holder was on it. Because they did that thing with him where they do bad Slade impressions in The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer.
Yeah.
And they basically just sit there going, ow, now, not I.
Oh, a good old cup of soup.
Oh, can you guess what flavour cup of soup it is this week?
I like the one where they go camping and he goes for the tour and he draws a woman's torso.
That was quite a good Slade at Home Christmas episode where Neil Morrissey of Men Behaving Badly fame turns up as, I think, Ozzy Osbourne, and like the enemy of Slade is Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran. And like, I think the episode ends with Ozzy Osbourne killing Simon Le Bon, and they all just go, "Nice one, Ozzy!" Which I imagine at some point really happened.
Does he bite his head off?
Quite possibly.
Yes, well, the first round, as always, is true or false. Is it true or is it false?
We don't know. I don't
That's what
know
we're
yet,
asking,
Gail.
Larry. True or false? And the first question is for you, Johnny. Johnny, you look very smart tonight.
Don't I? Mr. Hagman, you were here and I made an effort, and people throughout the day have complimented me that I look a lot better, and I'm going to dress better from now on.
Larry, I think Well, for me, you look more like a forester, but that's just me.
Yeah, a well-dressed forester who's worked his way up to forestry management.
Yeah, that is a good point. It's a good point. Johnny, on to more mundane things. It's true or false? True or false? Bill Cosby was the world's first black man. True?
False.
Of course it's false. It was Sidney Poitier. Well done.
Larry Hagman's face when Johnny Vegas says that to him It's fucking beautiful, isn't it? He looks completely disgusted.
Yeah. It's just...
And I also really like it when they give him the prize. and it's a fartridge. Part fart, part partridge. And it's just a model of a bird with a plastic bag glued to it. Oh, that's so fucking funny. In fact, that whole episode is going up on the website because it's fucking beautiful.
It is one of the
So
finest
good.
25 minutes of television ever.
Do you miss Shooting Stars being on? Would you still watch it if it was on?
No.
Would you not think it was any good now?
No, because I think, as Bob Mortimer himself said, when they brought it back, it was just to try and relive the old days and for other people.
Yeah, well, he also said that they were trying to sort of phase out the quiz element of it because they wanted to do like a sketch show, didn't they?
Yeah, and also they got rid of the terrible Dove from Above jokes. The prizes went, and it just wasn't the same anymore.
George Dawes wasn't the same when he came back, and it was even worse when they got rid of him for Angelos.
He was shit.
But they did do House of Fools, which I thought was alright, and that had a quite a good Christmas special, speaking of. That was on this time last year.
I've seen a couple of episodes, but I wasn't too fond of it.
Do you know what I would say? Give it a chance. Like Peace, give it a chance. Like, watch it like all in one go. Like, binge watch it. And then I think it's worth it, because that's how I did it. I taped loads and just watched fuckload of them.
I spent a day watching it.
Pretty much. Yeah. I've done that recently. The latest thing that I've done it with was Third Rock from the Sun.
I haven't seen that for years.
It's quite good. It holds up. It's one of the better American comedies.
John Lithgow, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, yeah. But
and I
again,
haven't just
going back to the overarching fucking theme of this, they do Christmas episodes in that, which are like they're only Christmas like by circumstance. Do you know what I mean? It may as well like it could have been sunny outside.
Yeah, it's just because they showed it at that time of the year.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, they could have done a thing of like, you know, how Santa was an alien originally or something like that, but they didn't. In fact, Red Dwarf never did a Christmas episode, did they?
Don't remember them doing one.
That's odd, isn't it? You think Red Dwarf would have done one?
Yeah, so I guess.
Because Red Dwarf has been around for as long as time. Like, at the end of the universe, when there's only, like, cockroaches left, Red Dwarf will still be making episodes.
That's because David Lister will still be alive. Let's go back into stasis.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about the stasis. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. Yes, Dave. They're all dead, Dave.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
What people don't know is how when we record these podcasts, we are literally disembodied heads.
Like in Futurama.
In the darkness. No, not in Futurama. Like Holly.
Oh, use a computer, though.
Oh, actually, that episode of Futurama where they do Christmas and they do that big song and dance number where Bender calls all the elves selfish little bastards in the middle of that song. That's amazing. And they call it Xmas because in the future Santa is an evil robot. That's really good. And
yes, I know the one you mean.
Bender is Santa and there's a Kwanzaa bot in it and it's Coolio. That's fucking class. That's better than any Christmas episode The Simpsons ever did, including the one where they find Santa's little helper.
Even including the one where they go on the trip, the teamwork trip. Is that a Christmas episode or is that just a normal episode? Or Mr. Burns, Homer get avalanched under in that cabin.
No, that's just an episode, I believe. I can't recall that being Christmas.
There must be some good Simpsons Christmas episodes.
The one where they get Santa's little helper's alright.
That's the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like literally one of the first ever Simpsons, because like kids would watch it now and not be able to stomach the poor quality of animation. Anyway, enough of this chat. Let's get back onto Crimbus. My favourite episode, Christmas episode, hands down of anything, is the bottom episode, Holy.
And why is that?
Because everything about it is perfect. From Eddie's Santa trap to when Richie's presents to him is the Christmas dinner, and like he's got some like one sprout, and Richie keeps going, "Another Brussels sprout." I really like that. I like it when he tasks Eddie with decorating the flat with some spray on snow, and he writes, "Eddie is great, but spells great Grate." And he burns all of the stuff. I think that's fucking amazing.
That is funny.
Like because you said to me once you didn't really like Bottom, but you must agree that's the best Christmas episode of anyone's ever done.
No.
Name a better single Christmas episode than that.
The one where Jim Hacker becomes Prime Minister?
No, because Yes Minister is terrible.
It's not terrible.
I just don't get it. I mean, because Obviously, I weren't around in the jet age like what you were.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, because I watched that after all of these political things that were happening, which the context would have made it funny. It's like you wouldn't watch an old episode of I Got News for You, would you? Although you would, because you're a tosser.
I have, yeah.
Fucking hell. Is there any more Christmas specials that we can do? We've covered all of our favourites, I think.
Dad's Army.
I've not really seen them, unless you know of them.
The one where they cook the Christmas dinner for the old folks or something.
Can't remember that for the life of me. See, because it's been so... I refuse to watch Dad's Army because, it's so varying in quality. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that, what I was saying earlier on about Fools and Horses, Dad's Army, the best bits of it are, the bit where Pike doesn't tell his name to the Germans, but Mannering does.
Yep.
That's about the only one I can think of, actually, now I think of it. But, they just get by on moments.
Well, most commonly do, to be fair.
They do, but I just think, these older ones, these older British ones, where, because it's changed, hasn't it? It's changed from since, maybe, the mid-80s. We suddenly went from things like Dad's Army and The Good Life to, the young ones and The Office. I know that was an immediate transition, but people have started doing different things. The Office is it's almost like a drama series with laughs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of a way to explain it. It seems like with these old ones, they write one gag and they build an episode around it, which is fine, and then they end it with "you have been watching," which is great, but I don't think it holds up very well now. And also, it pisses me off when people try to recreate that, things like Miranda and Mrs. Brown's Boys, which are just fucking awful.
Yeah, I've never seen Mrs. Brown's Boys, really.
From what I've seen of it, it's not fucking funny.
It's just a man dressed as a woman swearing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the sort of fucking Bernard Manning shit.
Oh, fair enough.
It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. That sort of comedy, just because it's still being made. It's I think that you're more into this sort of thing than I am. That whole sort of Clarkson political correctness gone mad has ruined the BBC. That sort of attitude. I sort of agree with those people to the extent that you can't make decent comedy anymore. Shooting Stars wouldn't get commissioned now, would it?
Probably not, because it's not. Because it's just a very different kind of humour than you get now. Yep.
Do you think that The Office would get commissioned now? Because I fucking don't.
I think it would, but I think there'd be some changes.
Like what? They'd stick in a laugh track.
I think they certainly. I don't know what I don't really watch television. So I don't really know what comedies these days have a laugh track on it.
The funniest thing on telly at the minute is probably Peep Show.
I haven't seen last week's episode, but I've seen the other ones where Jeremy's gay.
That's fucking amazing, isn't it?
It's funny when he has a super hand wedding.
Yeah, actually, do you know what? The last episode wasn't very good.
Last I saw was getting beaten up by Dobby's husband.
That was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? They've all been fucking funny, apart from the one that was on this week as of recording. Hopefully, the same week that I get it out. Not get out my penis. Get out the episode.
It's on Wednesday. It's on Wednesdays, isn't it?
Yeah. So the next one's on tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Catch up. I think that you'll probably agree. The last one wasn't so good. Not this series, but the couple they did before that weren't so good.
Oh, it was shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like them.
As far as I'm concerned, that's been a good series. The Office since series 4.
The Office.
The Peep Show. Sorry.
I'll tell you what. We didn't talk about is knowing me, knowing Yule.
Oh fuck yeah! When he killed that bloke or something.
When he shoots him, but also because he constantly makes references to Norfolk Rover all the way through it, trying to get a cheap car. And Tony Hayers comes onto it, and he does that shit joke about if a dog was a car, what would it be called? It's not a Rover, it's a Vauxhall Labrador. I love that. That's really good. Go watch Knowing Me, Knowing Yule. That bird keeps talking about child pornography. Have a mince pie. Let's just think now. Is there any other Christmas specials that we can cover? I've never really watched Absolutely Fabulous, I'll be honest with you.
No, I've never been a fan of it, so I've ignored it. What have we gone over?
The Ever Decreasing Circles one's quite good. Have you seen that?
No.
It's alright. The only good bit is really at the end when Bryce is having it off with Wilton in the shed and Paul is on the roof and it looks like it's snowing, but it's just Paul pouring washing powder. That's quite good. I've just spoiled the old joke now. Don't go watch that. The Gavin and Stacey one was quite good. That's not something that you'll have seen, I don't think.
No, I've never seen that.
Do you know what? There's one here called The League of Gentlemen. You'll Never Leave. I can't recall seeing it, so that's bad, isn't it? We should have looked that up.
I have seen it. It's not that great.
Was it not? Do you know what I've never
No.
seen as well? The League of Gentlemen movie. Is that any good?
I've never seen it. I've heard it's crap, so I've avoided it because I don't mind it.
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. I'm sure that was good as the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just fucking wrap it up now because I'm tired and I've had a few. I want to go to bed.
Yeah, I've got a seminar in the morning. I need to do some reading for.
I've not got anything. I just want to go to bed. I'm fucking knackered, me. I had the shit kicked out of me by a physio this morning. It was awful.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah, I shouldn't have attacked her from behind, to be fair.
Should have got self-defense lessons.
Well, it's really hard to do self-defense when you are the attacker. That's like
Yeah,
that's the big drawback with self-defense. When you're doing the attacking, you've got no moves.
Yes, but as Ross asked some friends that time, what would you do next? And how can I combat it?
God,
Therefore-
you're not Friends.
Yep.
I hate Friends.
I don't think I brought it up.
It's not even funny, is it? I bet they've done Christmas episodes. I ain't talking about them. They're not fucking funny.
Probably have. Probably in the same way that Frasier and Cheers and Roseanne have done it.
It's so like puerile. It's awful, isn't it?
I don't mind it, to be fair.
God, Gil. Of all the horrible things that you've done, and there are loads of them.
Yes, we won't talk about that right now.
Yeah, like of all of the horrible things you've done, saying that you don't mind Friends is really shitting on your own doorstep, isn't it? That's not for anyone else. That's for us to get.
Anyone who knows me.
Yeah, those poor
Who knows
bastards.
someone.
Okay, if you want to go to pintsofviewpodcast.wordpress.com for all of your pints of view goodness. Still not enough people are looking at that website. It's really annoying me. I put up anything that we reference and any of these clips that I may or may not leave in. I'll put up on that website. It will be good. You'll enjoy it, won't you, Gil?
I do.
Exactly.
Actually, when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I do.
Is that what all that one hit a day is coming from? That's you.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Also, if you are desperate to tell us that you hate us, if you've not liked anything that we've discussed, if you just want to get into contact with us, because we will literally read out anything on this and put it on the internet.
Or,
If you want to sponsor us, yeah, is that where you're going?
well, yeah, we could. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but
All right.
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Or if you're just a lonely old person who's, for all of their friends and family, have been, I don't know, killed by cancer or something, and you just want someone to talk to.
That's going straight down a spam file. I don't want any old people listening to this. We're young and hip. I'm from the MySpace generation.
I'm from the
Jet age?
yeah, me and Mark, me and Mark Lamar.
Yeah, anyway, all of that, email us at thepintsofviewpod@gmail.com. That's pintsofviewpod@gmail.com. I'll probably put a link to it in iTunes on the podcast description. So if you're listening on an iPhone, you can tap the logo. Some writing will appear for those idiots of you listening. Maybe Americans, because that's our latest target, apparently. Like,
Latest, it's been a running joke.
you can click the link and email us straight away. It's going to be glorious. And we'll definitely read it out. Unless, I don't know, you're Nigerian and you borrowed money or something. Like that episode of Flight of the Conchords, which is amazing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant, isn't it? That's going... what we're going to do is we're going to follow these up with an episode... We're going to do a sitcoms episode, which we've been fucking threatening to do. I say threatening rather than promising because it's just not happened. Although, what the listeners don't know is we tried it, it went badly.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, it went badly. Gil didn't bother even showing up. I was carrying it on my back valiantly. I mean, all the things that I did were great, but the problem is if you wanted to listen to me talk all day, do you know what I mean? There'd be a rapture. Because I'm basically the second coming.
Basically.
I've got the beard.
You got the shit haircut.
I don't necessarily think that's true.
Tatty clothes.
I thought I had stigmata once, but it turns out it was just chicken pox. Really specific chicken pox. So yeah, if you need a saviour, email us at pintsofviewpod@gmail.com and I'll see what I can do. Get on the manwholovesyou.bandcamp.com. They do the theme tune. I've stolen it. I've still not told them. They'll get over it, probably. Anything you need to plug, Gil?
Just email pintsofview@wordpress.com and you'll find somebody.
None of that made any sense. Amazing. Bye, listeners. I love you.
Love you. Bob.
So then, young Bob.
Yeah. Get lost, you creep.
Also, Bob, if you are listening, we miss you.
We do. Come back, Bob.
And those goddamn breasts are yours.
Woof. That's my canoe.
Alright then, fuck it. Like, we've done enough. Let's fucking wrap this up, yeah?
Yeah. Right, do your piece then.
Oh yeah, okay. Hello everybody, welcome to the part of the podcast that I like to call My Piece. If you want to find my piece, you can go on Tinder and charm it out with me, or just go onto any website where people can submit pictures of their own genitals, perhaps xhamster.com. But if you're bored on xhamster.com, by all means go to the Pints of View podcast. Not the Pints of View podcast, it's pintsofviewpodcast.wordpress.com, where you'll find references to everything that we've talked about and more. You can also leave a comment and tell us how great we are. If you've not got enough word space in the comments section, why not go to pintsofviewpod@gmail.com.
Is there a Twitter thingy set up or a Facebook group?
Nah, Twitter and Facebook are for cunts.
Okay.
So,
Do we have, do we have
one of them two things I've said, or fuck off.
What about a Periscope? I found out what that was recently.
I've heard of it. I it's just like Twitter with video, isn't it?
I don't know. I just found out it was social networking. I was quite impressed by the fact that I knew that.
Hi.
You just chit-chatting with him now.
No, we're just finishing off the pod. This is the roundup bit. Do you want to come in and do the outro? Do you want to do a guest outro?
No.
You like?
You want to come in and load the dishwasher?
You can't come in and load the dishwasher. This is my studio. I'm leaving this in. You're on the podcast now.
Can I just quietly load the dishwasher?
No, you can't quietly load the dishwasher, for fuck's sake. Oh, God. Sorry, listeners. I'm sorry that I've not edited that out.
She should have double arm DDT'd you through a table.
Look, just because that's her finishing move.